strained to listen, and in the hot bedroom air, he could pick out Beatty's wheezes and coughs and groans. She hadn't had an asthma attack since she was 4 years old. 6 years since he'd heard that hellish noise. They didn't even keep an inhaler in the house anymore. The girl leader stepped on Jacob's face. He felt the rubber grip of her boot tug down the corner of his eye. If she dies, it's on you. Then they were gone, the sound of their running footsteps echoing off the high ceilings. In the darkness of the car, Nina spoke for the first time, sitting in the back seat with their daughter in her lap. Jacob could hardly hear his wife's voice over Beatty's distraught, struggling breaths. The garage door seemed to take a year to slide up and let them free. There was still tape hanging from his left wrist as he gripped the wheel and floored it for the nearest hospital.
"Who the hell were they?"
Nina cried. "I don't know," he said honestly.
Chapter 1. Your Honor, I said, my client is an artist. The courtroom had been rippling gently with the sounds of conversations between the clients waiting in the stalls and their defenders, and of family members moving in and out of the wide double doors. At my words, the room fell silent. Judge McCavan rested his chin on his palm, a single bushy eyebrow raised. "Get on with it, Rhonda," the judge said, as I soaked in the dramatic silence I'd created. Everyone was looking at me. For once, a spectacle based on my words rather than my appearance. As big as I am, 260 pounds, some of it well-earned muscle and some of it long-maintained fat, there's no point trying to fit in with the crowd. The pink hair was just the latest shade in a rotating kaleidoscope of colors I applied to my half-shaved, wavy quiff, and I always wore rock band shirts in the courtroom under my blazer. Mr. Rhys Donovan comes from a long line of artists, I said, gesturing to my client who slumped meekly in his chair. His mother, Veronica, is a talented glassblower. His father sold portrait sketches on Main Street in Littleton as a youth. For the entirety of his 16 years on Earth, this young man has been lectured by his parents on the importance of art as a commentary on the folly of humankind, Counselor. Judge McCavan leaned forward in his big leather chair. You're not about to tell me that what young Mr. Donovan did was performance art, are you? There was a cough at the back of the crowded room, the only sound. Young Rhys Donovan chewed his fingernails and looked like he wanted the ground to open up and swallow him. Hear me out, I said. I'm just getting momentum. From the brief of evidence I have here, the judge said, lifting a page from those spread before him, I'm to understand that Mr. Donovan was so upset by his mom's plan to marry her boyfriend that he filled the sprinkler system at the Colorado National Golf Club with red paint and rigged it to go off in the middle of their ceremony on the 9th green. Is that right? That's correct, Your Honor, I said. I see, he nodded. And his ingenious plan worked, it says here. He bathed the entire wedding party in paint, turning the ceremony into what visually resembled a violent bloodbath. The judge held a picture of the dripping, mortified wedding party, snapped by the photographer moments after the sprinkler system launched. It looked like a scene from a horror film. It's a striking image, Judge, I said. Some would say bold. Some would say inspired. He also managed to douse 17 golfers standing at various stations on the course. Mr. Donovan didn't realize the whole sprinkler system was connected, I said. He thought he'd isolated the 9th green and the wedding party. The entire courtroom looked at my young client, who was wringing his long, slender fingers. In the front row of the audience, his mother and new stepfather looked exhausted. They'd forgiven him, but it had been hard work.